I feel like phrases like be grateful or just be positive get tossed around so much that they've just lost their meaning. Like I feel like most people don't feel like they help them in any meaningful way. They don't help them feel better when they're feeling the way that they're feeling. And I feel like it's because we don't often get told how we're supposed to use those kinds of practices, like the gratitude practices and the positivity practices. It's like when somebody is feeling the way that they're feeling, just being told, oh, just be grateful that you have, like, you're alive and you have air in your lungs and you can walk or whatever it is, is like, it's like, sure, yeah, but like sometimes you're not trying to hear that. Like, you're not in a space to hear that. It's not useful to you. And I feel like it's because we don't get told how we're supposed to use it. So I remember, for me, I had one morning a while ago where I woke up like really early in the morning, and I'd slept maybe 3 or 4 hours. I'd slept late doing some work, and I had to wake up early to continue doing that same work because I hadn't finished. So I wake up and I'm already exhausted. I'm tired. I'm already pissed. I'm irritated. Just like right off the bat, open my eyes. I'm angry. And so if somebody that moment had come up to me like, you should just be happy. You have air in your lungs. Happy that you opened your eyes and you woke up. I would have been like, shut up. I would be like, shut up, because I'm not trying to hear that right now. Like, yeah, but I'm not trying to hear it. And but then as I'm lying in bed, feeling how I'm feeling, I turn over to the side and I'd left my curtains open, and I look out and I see the most amazing sunrise. I mean, it was like, wow, one of those sunrises. So I jump out of bed, gotta get my phone, gotta get a picture, and I'm like, wow, I'm in awe because it's so beautiful. And I'm like, wow, I'm so happy that I caught this sunset, because if I'd woken up at my usual time, I wouldn't have seen this. And then in that moment, I'm like, oh, and now I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful right now. And that really transformed like my gratitude and my positivity practices, because it's not just about spewing out these like generic things that you're supposed to be happy about. Oh, I'm happy I'm alive. I'm happy I can see. I'm happy I can walk. I'm happy I have family. I'm happy I have friends. Like, yes, those are true, but it's really about finding those specific things that are unique to you, that you are happy about in any moment that you're in, because there's always something. You can always find something. And when you find those things that are specific and unique to you, things that make you happy, things that bring you that joy, that excitement, something that you're genuinely thankful for, however small it is, then that's not enough on its own. Once you find that thing, then you need to sit in that feeling. Sit in that feeling wherever it is in your heart, whether you feel that happiness here, whether you feel the excitement in your stomach, wherever it is, you now need to sit in how that makes you feel, and like allow it to like soak through your entire body and your entire being, and just sit with it and see what happiness feels like, what that joy feels like, for as long as you want, as long as you can. And then you can go about your day. And you do this several times in a day, because honestly, there's so many things you can find in your own life to be really excited about or happy about. But you know what, even if it's the one thing, it's okay. But you sit with that, allow yourself to sit with that, and you do that every single day. If you just do it even for 1 week, I guarantee you will feel like a world of difference, because the gratitude practices and these positivity practices, they're not just supposed to be terms we throw out. They're actual practices. They require us to be present and to actually actively participate in them for them to start making a difference in our lives. And you have to do these practices regularly. You have to train yourself to see good things, because you have to decondition yourself from the way that you've been operating for most of your life. Because for most of us, complaining is second nature. Like, it's so easy. You walk into a space, it's so easy to notice everything wrong with it, everything wrong with our lives, everything wrong in the world, and we are so quick to, we can list things right so fast, everything that's going wrong, and we're so good at it. But being grateful and being positive isn't about invalidating those things. It's not about saying that they're not true. Two things can be true at the same time. And when you walk into a space and find something wrong with it, there's for sure something in that space that's also right with it. But because we are so used and so good at only looking at one of those two things, we don't recognize the other. But two things, again, can be true at the same time. And the way you live your life and how you feel is determined by which of the two things you spend time focusing on. being grateful and being positive, having these practices, finding the good things in every single day, finding the joy in every day, all these things, they're not just little mental health exercises that we're supposed to do to try to feel better, or to fill a cute little journal. You know, they have those cute little gratitude journals. It's actually the way we're supposed to live our lives, because this joy thing, this happiness thing, this fulfillment thing, it's not found when you finally graduate, when you finally get that job, when you finally get that pay increase. Because there's been so many things in my life, different points in my life, where I was striving for something and it was like the biggest thing that I was like going for at that time. And I'm like, when I get this thing, and then I would get it and I'd be happy for like 5 minutes, or maybe for the day, or maybe for a couple of days, if people were congratulating me and it felt nice, you know. And then I found the next thing to want, and to just keep going and going and going. So clearly the happiness isn't found there, so it must be found here, because where else is there?